Okay, hello and welcome back to episode 2 of my tutorial of going through Tinker's Construct 1.18. So this works for all versions past 1.7.10. And essentially, at the end of last episode, we were gathering up some sand, some gravel, some clay, and now we have a bunch, and we're combining it all into grout. So grout is the next thing that you need in order to actually go through the process of completing Tinker's Construct. So you'll need a book and a piece of grout to craft the book called Puny Smelting, which will give you all the information you need. But I'll be able to just go through it, which is fine. So essentially what we do now is we're going to take some sand, which is going to need to get smelted. We're going to need a little bit extra though. And then the grout's going to need to get smelted. And when the grout smelts, it will smelt into seared bricks. From seared bricks, so we'll see seared brick, and then we'll get glass. From there, what we'll need to do to get started on Tinker's Construct stuff, we'll need to make first ourselves a seared fuel gauge. Then surround it in the bottom with seared bricks. We get a seared melter from that. Then we'll need to make a seared faucet. Then we'll need to make a seared heater. And from there, we'll need to make one seared casting basin, as well as put them down. So what you do is you put the seared heater down, then you put the seared melter on top, and then it doesn't matter which side you go out of, but then you put a seared faucet, and then a casting basin down at the bottom. And essentially, from here, we're going to chuck coal into the heater, and then we're going to put copper into the melter. And as you guys will see in a second, we're putting 3 raw copper in. We're actually going to get 4 ingots, and that's because we get 1.33 repeating. We essentially get 1 ingot, 3 nuggets per raw ore that we put in here. So now we have 4 ingots. We got 4 ingots in there, and now we're going to craft up a block of seared bricks, put it into our casting basin, and then pour the copper onto it. And what this is going to do is it's going to craft us a smeltery controller. And that's all you need the melter for. You can continue to use the melter if you want to. I'm not going to because it's incredibly inefficient, and overall it just doesn't have the size that I want. So now what we're going to do, and this is going to take a second because I do need to get a couple more materials. We're going to need to get a little bit more copper, so I'm actually going to reset this up in order to get a little bit more copper at a better rate, because again, you get 1.3 times the amount that you would normally. So we're going to get a good amount. We're going to get 2 blocks of copper, and from there we will be able to fully just delve into this. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with setting up our smeltery while that's going. So we need our smeltery controller. Then we're going to need another one of those seared fuel gauges. So that's why you need so much glass. You get a seared fuel gauge, which is going to go right here. Then you'll need a bunch of seared brick blocks, which are going to go surrounding here, right over here. And then you need to fill up the bottom, which is why we have so many seared bricks. And you don't even need to make it 1 layer. And we'll need to get something else in a second, which is why we have that empty spot right behind here. But this is going to take a second, so give me 1 moment. So essentially, the casting basin, once you fill it with a full block of anything, it will cool down if it's like heated up. So now we have a block of copper, and now we just need to get the rest of this copper smelted up so that we can fully go into and make the next couple things, because this is going to be very intriguing. So it's filled up again. Of course, there's like 6 nuggets of copper still in the seared heater melter, so we're gonna just scrap it. If you break the structure while there's liquid in it, it will delete the liquid, so just be aware of that. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to fill up the seared fuel gauge with lava, because that is the fuel that the smeltery needs. And now we're going to make the other thing that the smeltery needs, which is called seared drain. And essentially, this is a way for you to input and output liquids directly into the smeltery, which is quite nice overall. And we also have 3 seared faucets, which is perfect, because we're also going to make 2 seared casting tables, which are going to get put right down here. And then our casting basin is going to get put right down here. Now we're going to break this guy. And that is the first layer of the smeltery completed. You can continue to add layers up to 64. And we've got the smeltery completed. So now in here, we can house up to 106 ingots. And we can smelt up to 9 at a time. So we're going to actually just chuck a bunch of our extra copper in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take sand. We're going to craft it into blank sand casts. From there, we're going to come back over to our part builder. We're going to need a couple more patterns. So let's make ourselves some more patterns real quick. 15 patterns. Perfect. And we're just going to make them out of stone, because why not? But essentially, we're going to make a round plate, a pick head, and an axe head. And then out of wood, we're going to make a tool handle, because I do want to replace the tool handle on this mattock, which you can also do. And if you want to know how to do that and everything, just check the last episode. It's relatively simple on how to do all of this stuff. And so last episode was really comprehensive about that. So what we're going to do now is you take your blank sand casts, you put them down into the casting tables, then you imprint the part onto the sand by just clicking it on. And then now we need seared faucets on the drains. You can click the seared faucets and it will pour the molten copper into the cast, which will destroy the sand cast, but it will leave you with your part, which is nice. So now we've got our round plate, and we should probably make a sword. So we're going to just simply make ourselves a sword, which is 2 tool handles and a small blade. So we just need a small blade. Okay. And tool handles. Let's get ourselves 2 tool handles real quick. Put the stone blade down. And we can just do this. And of course, you can always chuck away these old things, or if you have a parts chest, you can put it into your parts chest. I'm not going to do that right now, but now what we can do is we can make ourselves our sword, which is going to be a copper sword. Then we can upgrade our pickaxe by just chucking it directly into here. And that's our pickaxe. So now we have a copper pickaxe. Now we can get ourselves a copper oak wood mattock and just a pure copper mattock with Dwarven 2. So Dwarven makes the tool mine faster and has more projectile velocity the deeper you mine. And of course, there are alloys and such that we can come across and that we can do, but that will be in next episode. So, have a great rest of your guys' day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. GG's. Peace. Have a great day. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.